Hello. It's been a minute. TLDR, life is hard. What can I say? um, a lot has happened to me since like December, I'd say. Like I've popped back up every once in a while, but like genuinely, my life is kind of chaotic. It's never like I can never just like sit down for a couple months. Something always happens. Like like so between like every I'd say like every 3 months or so something happens to me, which is kind of funny, but it's also kind of not. um it's hard, but it's like there's always some kind of tragedy happening in my life, and it doesn't even make sense after a point. It just gets to a point where it's like, oh, okay, I guess that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. um I know I don't post much. I haven't been posting. I wanted to post, I just didn't know what to post. I don't want to like, because like you see like a lot of times in like the vtubing community and like a lot of like art communities and like YouTubers, they grift and like they like post a lot of like engagement bait. I want people to engage with my content because they like it, not because I'm like, if you look at my page, I'll show my titties. Ew. Like I don't want that. You know what I mean? I want it to be something like people are like, oh, their art's really cool. I really like that. Or this is a really cool comic concept. I really like that thing. So it's hard, especially when I'm like going through it emotionally. I struggle a lot. If I'm going through it emotionally, I can't do anything. I'm just paralyzed. It just doesn't go away. It just doesn't go away, and it's so hard. You know what I mean? It's stupid, but it's like because like usually you see an artist and they're like, oh, I'm going through it emotionally, so I'm drawing more. But for me, if I'm going through it, I can't draw. Period. Like I just can't draw at all, which is not fun. Let me tell you. Having like your one coping mechanism like stripped from you is hard in a way I can't like describe. It's very frustrating, and that's what I've been dealing with. It's just like literally just last month and early this month, my grandpa got super sick and was in the hospital. Like he's in the hospital, emergency surgery, gets out of surgery. Like the day of like my birthday, the 9th, on April 9th, my birthday, I spent it in the hospital with my grandpa. And then like a day or so later, he had several crisis events, or like he had like several like emergencies happen while we were like at home. So we rushed to the hospital. We're like, oh, okay, like I hope you're good. We love you. You know what I'm saying? It's so dumb to. It's like it's not dumb that he's sick and I love him. It's dumb like how often he gets sick. It's tough. He's been sick like my whole life, which is awful. But he's okay now. He's home and he's chilling. But it's like it's just scary. My life is just scary sometimes. I don't want to like yap too much and like trauma dump or whatever. Um, so I'll talk about like what I want to do art wise now that I'm like really thinking about it. Um, I was gonna finish Mermay and then I started sketching like a PNG sprite, whatever. Like, but usually when you see like art and like commentary channels these days, they have different poses for their sprites. With PNG tubing, it's just like a little bounty person. For the other ones, it's like their sprites like move and have different poses. One of my favorites being the Ginger Ninja OWO. I love her. I love her sprites because of how she uses shape language, or how they use shape language. I'm stupid, and pronouns are hard. I grew up watching that channel like since it started. I think like all their maps and all their like old projects I watch. So I'm not used like I'm used to their pronouns. I just slip up sometimes because I'm stupid. It's almost 3 in the morning while I'm recording this. But Ray, like the Totally Ray mascot, I love their shape language. I love June's art style a lot. I used to love the old one and I love the new one. I like when people can use shapes and like shapes and poses and line weight. I struggle with line weight a lot. Like all my lines are either too heavy or they're not heavy enough, or they're not light enough, and it's really annoying. I like Izzy's use of color. I have very like niche artists that I like. I've been watching the same artist since I was 12, and I'm not changing it now. There's another artist I like. Their name is Inkyo. I like their sense of design. There's a lot of artists I like, and then I have like only a couple memorized by name because I'm a dork. And if I'd rather rewatch a video than like I'd much rather be like rewatching a video than uh like watch a new one, especially if I'm doing something like drawing. I just don't want to, which is probably weird, but like I'll rewatch the same video like 30 times and like study what it means, which is so silly. But like um I'm usually way more hyped than this. I'm tired and like this is kind of serious. Not really serious. No. But like I want to make something cute that I will use all the time. And like when I don't have some set thing I'm doing, I struggle to draw. Cuz of course I do. I have a lot of things I want to do, and then I'm just like, I can't even like look at a screen right now, which is so funny. I kid you. Like I'll be there and be like, this is everything I'm concepting, and I won't put any of it to paper. I've been writing the comic I mentioned. Also, this is not scripted. I don't know if you can tell that. It's probably very obvious. I'm very much a yapper. I'll just yap and yap and yap. So I jump topics a lot, but whatever. You probably don't care. Look at my pretty drawing I did for Mermay. That was day 2. I'm probably not touching it again, so I can finish my sprites. And because I got pretty bored of the prompts, I started getting like really uninterested in them, so I'm moving on. But I might pick up a different drawing thing, because I want to do the cookie run challenge, and I wanted to do my characters as anime, like in different anime universes and as magical girls, because I'm a nerd. And then I wanted to do, there's a couple, like I have an entire list of videos I want to do that I haven't even touched. Like I touched one of them where I turned animals into magical girls, and I had chosen sea angel, those ornamental goldfish, the big chunky fancy ones, and then with like the triple tails, and then those pink and white I think no, it might have been one of those brown and white sea bunnies. I don't remember, but I love them and they're so cute. Also, I like making music. I'm trying to learn and teach myself how to make music, and like I like dancing, and it's so stupid that I can't just choose one thing. And it would be way easier if I could show you guys what I was doing, like when I was doing it, but I get so weird about being live. I get really embarrassed, and then I feel like I don't do well on live, so I want to like, because I wanted to be a YouTuber before I wanted to be a streamer, but most VTubers are streamers. I want to be a YouTuber, because like streams are fun, and like hanging out with everyone is fun, but like I like being I want to make cute videos and edit them and stuff. So it's like I wanted to do videos talking about like my comics and like the stories I'm writing. And the biggest one, like for me, that I was working on is I'm so intelligent, I promise you, dude. Whoa. Oh, right. The biggest story I'm working on right now, it's called Heartflower. I might change the title of it, but it's been Heartflower since I was like 14, maybe 12 even. It was originally written as like a self-insert, very self-indulgent. It's super cringe in its early drafts, and I have it on a secret Wattpad page somewhere, and you have to go looking for it if you're gonna try to find it, because I took it down from all my accounts. The usernames aren't even the same. None of the characters, except like the main character and the main love interest, carry over, except the main love interest is no longer the love interest. Oh, you know what? I'll give you a rundown. Heartflower. It was when it first started out, was very self-indulgent. It was very much like a love story for myself. I wanted to simp over this character that I designed and created. He was super cute. I loved him. Let me just tell you something. The main love interest is now a girl because I'm a lesbian, pretty much. It takes so much for me to find a man attractive. Like he has to be like 15,000 out of 10. A woman just has to just glance at me a little bit and I'm giddy, I'm giggling. Give me a woman with muscles. You know what I'm saying? I need to relax. No, but so basically I took the main character, she's the last of this like heavenly species, and like humans killed off like this godlike species. Like they're not like they're immortal, like, but they're not impervious to damage, I think is the word. Like you could kill it, but if it was not killed first or close to death, it would not, like, it would just live continuously, and that's how their kingdom survived, by just living for eons and eons and eons. And they can, like, they were the gods of the land. They controlled everything. If a human country was going too far down a bad path, or they were causing too much damage to the planet, to the ocean, to the creatures in it, they would be punished, stripped of whatever they were doing, and then either made to restart or removed. And by removed, I mean like destroyed. Which didn't happen very often. It's very much like, if they existed in our world as they are, the United States would have been literally blasted off. Literally blasted, gone. It's like everything that happened, all the bad things that happened in human history would not have had a chance to happen because of how iron of a grip they have on the planet and everything on it, which is awesome. And I love them. And I love them. And they're these like dragon-esque things, and they live like in the clouds basically. Like the way the planet is, it's not like around a planet like Earth. It's a main planetoid, like, but like it's a main planet body connected to it through a giant ocean, and several, like, their atmosphere is weird. It's not very scientific. It's very magical, and it's self-indulgent and weird. And basically, the higher up you're born, like, because it's this massive like moon, several like little mini island type land masses in between, ocean, and then that like a version of Earth, like a fantasy Earth, but it's not Earth. Like, if they were put in our solar system, if our world was their world, like this world I'm creating, it would be it would be a different planet from Earth. Like, Earth and this planet are different, but Earth doesn't exist in my universe. You know what I'm saying? It just takes the place of Earth as having, like, life on it. But there's other planets with life on it. Like, it's a whole... I've been world building this since I was 12. Like, it's extensive. I need to, like, hunker down and write it all out and draw it, because it doesn't make sense unless I show people. Just know it's beautiful, and like at the highest place, I just call them like the heart flower species. They're dragons. It's weird. Every like thing, all the monsters and creatures are, they're like combinations of things. So like the big dragons that the main character is part of the species of, like a serpentine dragon almost. They have 4 feet. They have like 3 to like 6 pairs of wings on their body, depending on their class, like their class in the society. So like the commoners of their species would have like 2 to 3 wings, and like kings and queens have like 4 to 6. So it's like, it's a class difference, but it doesn't really matter as much. It just shows like the rank. You know what I mean? Like purebred. So like an orc would be an earth creature, a mud being, like a human. So it's like human, elf, orc. You know what I'm saying? Like human, elf, orc. They live on like the main planet, the lowest you can go. And then as you go up the tiers and into the ocean, it changes a little bit. Like the ocean creatures are held above the creatures of mud, which are the land dwellers. And there's beings of the sky, beings of cloud, and then you go up and then you have like the lunar beings, lunar quote unquote, because they have a moon, like they have 2 or 3 moons, I don't remember, I have to go check. They have 2 or 3 moons that go around the planet, but the moon that's connected to the main planet is like its own thingamajig. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's lived on. It's not, you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. I'll have to, like, make a video on it. But the humans were like, oh, these things have a tight grip on, like, what we do and what we're allowed, and they make the rules, and we don't like that. So, in retaliation, they went on mass hunting, like, parties and raids and killed them all off. And then, basically, the main character is the daughter. Like, she's the lost princess of the land because everyone thought that this species was completely dead and gone, which is really funny. Like, not funny, but it's very much like the lost princess trope. I love it. I love princess tropes. So, it's the lost princess trope. She gets found by the king of one of the human lands who was killing them. And like her mom's last like the last thing she did as she's dying is like protect her kid. And these humans decided that they're going to keep this lost princess. They're going to keep her as like a pet, like as an intelligent, like a human pet, but she's not a person. She's like above people, but they're not like above people in the same way like elves are above like dwarves and other forms of literature and stuff. She's like their species, like species wise, where they physically live above, you know, like they're above the people. It's a weird little thing. It's a thing. Like there's a hierarchy, and they decide to show that they are now the top of the hierarchy. They're now above everyone else. That's not how it works, by the way, but that's how the humans feel. They're like putting their foot down and being like, "This is our land. You can't take it from us." They keep the lost princess in secret so nobody finds out, because if someone above them found out, they're taking that princess and they're building up the land back. They keep her for like, I'm gonna say like 19 years, because she's gonna age a little bit like slower than the humans. So when the king's son is like 6 years old, she's gonna be 4 or 5. When the king's son is 16, she's gonna be like 15, 14. Like, I don't want it to be like predatory, but I want there to be like a general, like, you know how in some fantasy races, like if one of the heartflower dragon things children was born today and a human child was born today, that that dragon would age way slower, like a year or two slower, but they're still like the same age. It's just like the way they count their years is different because of where they, again, this was incredibly self-indulgent. When I was writing the story, I made my character, the main character, when it was literally just self-indulgent for me. The main character was like 16 and Richie, which is the main protag's like no, antagonist, the king's son, he was like in his 20s. So like, excuse me while I sort their differences, but it's like I like the older like age gap dynamic, but this isn't like age gap. It's just like if an elf wanted to date a human, elves live way longer and they mature, like they physically mature slower. So they're gonna live to be like 1,000, 2,000, and like while a human child is 6, like an elf is a little bit younger than that's what I'm trying to do, but like I want to make sure it like makes sense and doesn't feel weird. Um, there's a lot of really strange dynamics within it. Also, my baby girl, Karina. So one of the kingdoms directly below like the Heartflower dragons. I know I'm jumping around. This thing is not organized. One of the species directly below the Heartflower dragon things, there's like 3 or 4 of them, they're the gold silk trap creature things. They're like snake, spider, flower, or like snake, spider, and then like plants. And each of the royal family has like a specific flower they get. So like the king of that family, he has like several flowers. As they get older, they get more and more of these like plants, probably. I'm not too sure. Again, I'm changing the lore, but that's how it's always been. The original main love interest, his name was Philip. So his name is like super long and royal. Philip de Gold Silk, like DE de Gold Silk Trap, something like that. So he was just snake in general, spider, and then his flower were roses, because I thought that was interesting. But he can control plants and like other like he can control snakes, spiders, and plants. But now, but now, the main love interest is a woman, his twin sister, and their lore is super sad, and like we do not have the time to get into it, but I will post a video about them and the storyline and everything. But they travel down to the human world and they find her and they try to bring her back, but she's been so like mind controlled, brainwashed into believing this is where she belongs. And it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. You know what I mean? But I love it so much. It's my favorite thing ever. um Anyways, I don't want to like go too into it so I don't like spoil it like in this first like welcome back video to my channel. But that's one of the main things I've been working on. Um I will post a video like within the week, probably, hopefully. I don't know how I want to edit my videos yet, so it's difficult and I feel embarrassed whenever they don't look good. But within like the week, like next week or two, I will post more about Heartflower and like OCs and like more speed paints and yapping because I think that's what I want to do. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do before. I think that's what I want to do now. So, you know, if you want to hear more about Heartflower, you should totally stick around and come stay for longer. I'll be giving like stories about myself as well. So, so, anyways, you're gonna see my outro. Give me like tips or like whatever you guys think because I want to hear what other people think. That's what this is. That's literally why I started my channel. I wanted to be friends with everyone and show off my art and see other people's art. So like, show me and talk to me and like be like, I like this thing or your voice is annoying. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Anyways, I'm doodling and drawing, and I'm drawing my girlfriend Karina. My girlfriend Karina. I know I yapped and it wasn't like super clean, but like that's how it is over here. Okay, bye. Oh my god, look at my art some more.